Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Bills quarterback Josh Allen turned in two of the greatest playoff performances in NFL history last season. First against the Patriots and then against the Chiefs. But at the end of four great quarters in Kansas City, Allen never got to touch the ball in overtime, as the Bills lost the coin toss and the Chiefs scored a touchdown on the first possession. Excuse me. Asked on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast which hurt more, losing the game or losing the coin toss, Allen answered the coin toss. Allen said he had called the toss for the Bills in every road game that season, and the CBS production crew reminded him before the Chiefs game that he had won every toss. Up to that point, I think I was 9-0 throughout the season. In our production meeting, it was jinxed, and I was 0 for 2 in that game. Allen said they brought up that stat. You're 9-0. I go 0-2 on coin tosses that game. I switched it up. I went heads first, and then I went tails at the end, and it was obviously flip-flop. Allen said fans regularly tell him how much they love that game, but it's hard for him to be happy about it. People still come up to me and talk about it. That's the game people talk about. Allen said to be part of it is great, but to be on the losing end of it is not so great. It doesn't make me feel any better when someone comes up and says that was the greatest game I've ever seen. It's like we lost. And that's the mindset he's supposed to have. He's not supposed to celebrate a loss and people saying that's the greatest game. It was a great offensive game, but defensively, both defenses suffered that day. And I told people both defenses are the Chiefs' defense is horrible. The Bills' defense was just as horrible, and I blame that on Sean McDermott because Sean McDermott's a defensive coach. But Josh Allen's supposed to feel that way. He's not supposed to be happy because of his stats. That shows him a lot of maturity from Josh. Because a lot of other people would have been like, look at my stats or look at me, look at me. No. Lost the game. But this year the Bills have something to do. They picked up a good running back in the draft. They made some moves team wise. I just don't trust their coach. I believe their coach is the reason why they haven't made it to that next level. And because their defenses in big games or situational football games, their defense comes up short. Similar to Dan Marino back in the day. Dan Marino's defenses were just as, at times in big games, they would not show up. And it's the same for Josh Allen. Josh Allen had a great postseason last year. Like, people think I hate Josh Allen. I don't hate him. I just feel like with him being white, they want to make him the biggest thing ever, but then he does everything Lamar Jackson does. The only difference is he has a stronger arm because he has a cannon, but in my opinion, I think Lamar is more accurate. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. You'll have all these haters who are Bills Mafia and Josh Allen fans because they want to make this the new great white hope. Hey, if you want to do that, go ahead. It's no problem with me. Just being honest. The dude's a hell of a quarterback, but is he great? He's good. We'll see. This year, to me, I feel like the Bills have the team. They have everything they need to pull through. I believe that they can pull through. But it's going to take some diligence. It's going to take some hard work. And what I mean by hard work is going to take them to close the deal. Defensively, the defense got to show up. And the coach got to show up. Josh Allen has done his job the past year, so it's like, come on. What are we talking about? So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But it should hurt. It should hurt. Hopefully, they can get over the top. We'll see. So we'll see what happens. Now, Paulo Banquero is ready to embrace the expectations that come with being a number one pick, writes Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press. The former Duke star is looking forward to starting workouts with the Magic next week in preparation for his July 7th debut in the Las Vegas Summer League. There's going to be high expectations for myself that I'm going to hold myself to, and that everyone is going to hold myself to. Banchero said during a press conference Friday in Orlando, but I feel like it's nothing I'm not used to. It was the same thing for me heading into college, throughout high school, a lot of expectations. It's been like that my whole life. Banchero wasn't sure he would be the first selection until a few seconds before his name was announced. Orlando conducted a thorough search of several candidates, most notably Jabari Smith and Chet Holmgren, and kept its intentions hidden until the draft began. There's things that you're grabbing from each one that you're like, oh man, wow, that can be great for us, Coach Jamal Mosley said. But then it ultimately comes down to, how does that fit for us? How do we gel with them in the locker room? How are they treating people when they're walking in? Because all those pieces play a factor, and I think we've done an incredible job with those details. There's more from the Southwest Division. Magic guard Jalen Suggs is making progress in his recovery from surgery in April for a slight stress fracture in his right ankle, but he won't take part in Summer League per Kobe Price of the Orlando Sentinel. Jalen got his boot off and he's ramping up his recovery. President of Basketball Operations Jeff Weltman said these still no set timetable for Jonathan Isaac. Weltman adds, although the team is optimistic that he can be ready for the start of the season, the Hawks didn't trade John Collins before the draft, but it's still likely to happen at some point during the offseason. According to Chris Kirschner of The Athletic, a source close to Collins told Kirschner he won't be a Hawk past this summer, and Kirschner adds that no one he's talked to expects Collins to be with the team on opening night. The Wizards will explore other options after failing to land a starting point guard on draft night, states Josh Robbins of The Athletic. Washington took Johnny Davis at number 10, but he's viewed as a wing rather than a lead guard. I think a lot of times if you force something on draft night, you're taking away the opportunity in free agency and everything that free agency represents. General Manager Tommy Shepard said, the point guard all along I felt it was going to come after the draft, not during the draft. Now, these are just rumors. All this is allegedly. We don't know what's going on. But in my opinion, Banchero, let's talk about Banchero. I believe Banchero is going to be good. I think he's going to be a solid pick for us. Is he going to be a superstar? I don't know. I think he'll be a solid player. And that's what we need, because this is a small market. We're Orlando. We're not going to get all the big fish in the sea that's out there. We're not like Miami, where you got a legend in Pat Riley and then you got the beach there. It's a Disney town. Basically guys who come there after the years they play, they ready to bounce. It seemed like every star that come to our team first pick, they go to the Lakers. So the Lakers love poaching our talent, but yet Laker fans love talking trash about the lower level teams, but they stay poaching their talent. So, whatever. And also with Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is a very promising young man. I love him. Defensive guy, can make some big shots. Got to stay consistent. Defensively, I love him on the defensive end. He did well. He did okay, not well or great when Markelle was out, but with Markelle coming back, I believe Suggs could, come off the bench as the sixth man, or hell, You could have him play the two. It depends on what you want to do. Jonathan Isaac, at this point, if Jonathan Isaac doesn't play or is even in preseason or started a game or something, it might be looking time to trade him because he's never really going to be healthy from that knee injury. When he got hurt seriously. And I'm very skeptical because he didn't play at all last year. They kept holding him out. And now they're talking about he won't be ready till the beginning of the season coming up. It's like, dog, like they don't keep it 100 with him. But if he's not all the way right, then you're going to have to find out a way to either buy him out or trade him. Look, Orlando's problem is they hold on to guys when they don't need to hold on to them. Let him go. He'll find his way somewhere else. Now, John Collins is going to be moved. Probably before preseason, but definitely he's not playing in Atlanta next year. So where do I see John Collins going? There's plenty of places. You could try to trade him to Phoenix, and then they could go get Aiden, or they could trade him somewhere else. They could try to trade him to Washington and bring Bradley Beal over there. I mean, it's a lot of possibilities you can go with this man. I mean, you could get rid of him or take him wherever. That's all I'm saying. But John Collins, I believe that rumor that he will not be an Atlanta Hawk. They probably couldn't get a significant deal for him, which I don't blame, but it is what it is. The Wizards, they need a point guard, which they've always needed a point guard because John Wall was always hurt. Then these idiots got rid of Satoransky, which was dumb because Satoransky was playing the point guard position to perfection. But dumb decisions. But the Wizards have screwed themselves. You didn't get a point guard. Now it's time to see if you can go get another point guard or somebody for the low that you can use. Because all they're missing is a point guard, and their guys being hurt. They're like the Orlando Magic. Like, they're always hurt. They always get great or good talent. I'm not gonna say great because both teams didn't win a championship, but they both get good talent. They're just never able to be stable or even how do I say, not only stable but to be able to sorry about that, something in my eye. Okay, like I was saying, it's always the injured bug, and then the bug hits both teams. But they had good talent. Not gonna say great because they didn't win it all, but good talent. But for some reason, the injured bug just comes into fruition. But the Wizards, they got to look for a point guard. If they can get a point guard, the Wizards will be dangerous. Kyle Kuzma played good. He stepped up big time. Bill is going to come back healthy. We don't know if he's going to stay, but he's going to get his supermax and probably going to be traded to the team of his choice, which I definitely know is not the Lakers or the Clippers. It's not a lot of these teams. A lot of these teams are different. They want to live somewhere else. There's some guys who want to live with this and some guys who don't. So you have to understand. You have to figure out, what you want to do or get or what point guard you want to get. But let me know in the comment section what you think about all of this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link to my Cash App. And you guys can donate whatever your heart's desire. You guys can also super chat when the video is live or premiere. Or if you can't get to all that, you could do a super thanks button. Super thanks is like a super chat, but it's after the video's over. So thank y'all for listening. We out. Deezy.